Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my day-to-day, June 27th, 2019. Feel free to pop into the live chat, tell me how you're doing today, if you have any questions for your boy, and if you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream. Today, I hung out with Aiden after I went and did my timesheet training. I did my timesheet training. I had breakfast at Dunkin' Donuts on campus. I then watched a series of videos talking about like how to write cool fights, especially like anime-based fights. Yo, Vanessa Brooks, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I even made a playlist of the different fight-based videos that I watched, and I thought they were pretty cool. I then watched a few different YouTube videos. My big thing right now is watching things at 2 times speed. So I'm just watching everything on YouTube that I do look at 2 times the normal speed to just get through more content. As long as you are able to like understand what they're saying, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But I did that. I texted with Beth throughout the day, which is always fun. And I hung out with Aiden today. Now today with the Aiden hangout, I like made sure to tell Aiden like, hey, the main thing I want to do is write today. I want to like work on like superhero stories and like who would win in a fight style things. So I was like really hyped for that. In the end, we didn't end up writing, but I had a fun time. We talked about that kind of thing, and he read a couple of my short stories of the superhero fights. Aiden's not a big fan of superhero fights. That's not really his thing. Yo, Professor Trevenant and Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? It's good to see everyone here. Tune in, and I appreciate it. Aiden, uh, he has a pretty good eye for looking at like superhero fights that I write and going, well, why didn't they just do this and just win the fight? And he has a good point. I do think there are like oversights in my story for just things that like a character could do to just straight up riggedy wreck another character. It's like, well, if there isn't like a set limit on how good this power is, can't they just like dunk on him? And it's like, I guess, but I mean, we don't really know for sure because they didn't try in the story. Vanessa Brooks said, "I'm good. I'm playing Devil May Cry. The first game. It's on Switch. I have a question. In Final Fantasy VII remake, I heard we have in 2 disc. So how does that work? Okay, so I can answer your question. Also, how is the first Devil May Cry? I've actually never played a Devil May Cry game all the way to completion. My brother has one for Xbox 360, and I wasn't really a fan of the fixed camera. It was like a fixed camera game, where you couldn't like move it around freely. I just wasn't really down for it. But 2 disc, essentially, if a game is big, 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 a lot of times they'll put it on 2 disc. There are multiple games like that. LA Noir is like that. Max Payne 3 is like that. Essentially, at a certain point in the game, it'll say that you've reached the point where you need the second disc. So then, the first disc, you like just take it out and you put whatever disc 2 is into your system, and then it lets you just continue. And I think with a 2 disc system, you have to have gotten so far in the first disc for it to run the second disc. I might be wrong on that, but I think it'll check your system storage to make sure that you're at the point in the game where you need to put in the second disc for it to work. So you can't just skip to the second half of the game. And that's how I think it works. I don't really know if that's for sure how it works, but that's the best answer I could think of. I hope you're having a fun time. Professor Tremendous said Godzilla is king, cannot wait till he fights King Kong. So, who do you think wins in that fight? King Kong or Godzilla? Because I feel like Godzilla just has more powers than King Kong. And I've heard people say it like this: who will win in a fight? Like a gorilla or like an alligator? And to me, I feel like a gorilla probably kills an alligator. But that being said, it's like an alligator that can like has like atomic breath. I think the atomic breath is what makes Godzilla seem significantly better than King Kong. You could argue King Kong might be physically stronger than Godzilla, but Godzilla just has a energy based attack that I feel like would just shred through King Kong. Just in my opinion. Vanessa Brooks said, "I love it." And then she's like, Dante, because she's really vibing with Devil May Cry. I'm glad that you're having a good time. Professor Trevenant says, Switch is SD cards, not disc. I understand what you're saying. And then Godzilla put a question mark. Professor Trevenant said, King Kong won in the first fight with Mothra's help. Oh, okay. Do you think King Kong will have some assistance in the fight? Like, do you think it won't just be King Kong, but rather like King Kong and like a squad of like kaijus? Because that would be interesting. I could see him having like a better chance with that, having some sidekicks. Godzilla said Godzilla would win because he has atomic radiation and kill Kong and tail whip. He said also the size. And then he said Godzilla already has a squad. Interesting. So you're like Godzilla already has friends. He has atomic breath. He has a tail whip. It's true that King Kong doesn't have a tail. Um, and he. Yep. Nope. That's pretty much what you. Oh, and you said he's bigger. Well, yeah. I mean, it just sounds like it's very strictly in Godzilla's favor, if that's true. And then your boy Godzilla said he is the alpha. Professor Trevenant said, and fun fact, the old movie was going to be Frankenstein, but they did not get the monster rights. I heard about that. King Kong and like the old King Kong versus Godzilla movie, doesn't he have lightning powers because of that? And then Professor Trevenant said King Kong is Godzilla size, so they are around the same size, or is one bigger than the other? And then Godzilla is like, yeah, it was. And then he said, yes, he did. Yeah. Also, I'm about to start up a Skullgirls stream, so I'm going to be doing Skullgirls while also doing this. Me and Aiden, before I jump into the Skullgirls stuff, uh, we talked about like Ruby, and we talked about how Beth wants to play like the RPG that Aiden's made up called Literally Whatever, which is based off of my old RPG, Jank Heroes. And we talked about superhero stories and what kind of superhero stories Aiden likes and what kinds he doesn't like. Um, and I hung out with him on campus. He had to do something real quick, and I hung out with him back at his dorm. And we just had like a lot of cool, interesting conversations throughout the day. I do wish we could have gotten like more writing stuff done, but I do think it was cool that he like read through some of my stories and told me some of the things that he didn't like about him. I'm not 100% sure what Aiden did like about the stories now I think about it. He more or less talked about things that he didn't enjoy. I imagine next time I talk to him, I'd want to know if there was anything that he liked about it, what did he like versus what did he not like. I feel like that'd be good. And then Godzilla said, well, the original King Kong is small. Then Professor Trevenant said, true, but the new one is about the size, maybe more. He said that's a hunch. Then Godzilla said, I think Godzilla would win for so many reasons. He said, also, some Godzilla spoilers can kill Kong. Godzilla spoilers. Well, I prefer to avoid any spoilers from the movie. Let's see. Professor Trevenant said, also, the new Godzilla radiation power is on a time limit once he cools off, so he might not have it next movie. Okay, so that's probably the spoiler. That's probably the thing that Homeboy was trying to avoid spoiling. I wonder if King Kong's gonna get a boost from anything in order to help him face off against Godzilla. It'd be interesting if they gave King Kong like an additional power for whatever reason. Maybe a mutation, maybe he's still evolving or something like that to kind of even it out. Because right now, I would agree that it seems like the fight is more in Godzilla's favor. Uh, Godzilla said that's because of the Mutos. Professor Trevenant said lightning again. Lol. I do think if they gave him lightning again, it would be interesting, especially if he had like defensive lightning, like if he could make like electric barriers or something. Because I really do think atomic breath would definitely rip into King Kong, like just cut him in half. Godzilla said the Mutos used EMP, which made Godzilla not able to use it much. Interesting. Also, I'm about to start up a Skullgirl stream, so if you guys like to see me play a fighting game and get into some fighting game action, definitely make sure to tune into that stream as well. Godzilla said he used atomic breath a lot against Ghidorah. Ooh, starting up the stream now. Just give me one moment. Hello everyone, it's your friendly boy, JetBlack the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. In this video, I'm going to be playing Skullgirls on Nightmare level difficulty. I'm going through all the different characters in their story mode. At the same time, I'm also doing a vlog, so definitely feel free to tune into that. Right now, I am going to pull up the live chat for the Skullgirls chat, so I can have both chats right next to each other. Bada bing, bada boom. Getting that set up right now. Professor Trevenant said it's basically like Super Saiyan, but once it runs out, he needs another nuke to be that OP again. They're currently talking about Godzilla. Yeah, Vanessa Brooks, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I see you've tuned into both. Let's see. Then Godzilla said because of the oxygen destroyer, and then he said, well, yes. Then Professor Trevenant said atomic breath will not kill King Kong right away. It did not even kill King Ghidorah. Well, I mean, but does King Kong have any innate defenses against atomic breath, really? Then Kel said, hey, hey, hey. He came in with that Fat Albert entrance. Yo, Kel, so we know the stream is good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I'm also streaming Skullgirls. Definitely feel free to head over to that. I'm playing on the highest possible difficulty, going through different character story modes. I'm about to start that up in a moment. Your boy Godzilla said, Ghidorah is strong. And then Professor Trevor said, that's my point. Nani said, more streams with Nick does it. Yo, Nani, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, the guys are talking about Godzilla in the live chat. I also have the Skullgirl stream up if you'd like to watch that. I'm playing on the highest difficulty, doing different story mode missions, so I'm about to do that right now. This time around, I am going to play as... Matt's still not here. I'm going to do Pain Wheel. Once Matt shows up, I'm going to do Robo Misfortune or whatever. Godzilla then mentions that it will set fire to Godzilla's fur, talking about, not Godzilla's fur, the atomic breath will set fire to King Kong's fur. Professor Tremaine said King Kong is just as strong and took bomb after bomb and still fought the horrible monster. King Kong can survive bombs, but are they atomic bombs that you're referring to? Or just like normal explosives? Because there's a big difference. Ray King said, I did not get any sleep because Nick can't sleep because of me. What? I'm confused by that statement. Ray King, I hope you get plenty of rest tonight. Vanessa Brooks said, what is Skullgirls? Like, what is the game about? So Skullgirls has a whole bunch of different fighters. A lot of them are female characters, but they're all trying to get the Skull Heart. The Skull Heart is this thing that lets you essentially get any wish you want. So everybody's fighting for control over it. And a lot of times it seems like someone has a specific reason why they want to get the Skull Heart. Then by the end of the story mode, they find the Skull Heart, and then they're like, you know what, I actually don't want it for the original reason I wanted it. I want to do something else, or I'm not going to actually like use my wish for the Skull Heart. But it's a fighting game where everybody's fighting to try and get their hands on the Skull Heart for one reason or another. Real quick, oh shoot. Real quick, guys, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. I am going to read the live chat. I just need one moment to try and do my best to not die. Right now, I'm facing off against Peacock. Peacock is essentially like a classic cartoon character, and in this game, Peacock is a zoner. So they just throw stuff at you constantly and keep just running backwards so you can't get close enough to hit him. Peacock's a girl, but I call him a him a lot. Also, I don't normally play as the character that I'm currently playing. So I'm like having to learn their moves on the fly. So please be patient with me as I try and figure this out. Let's see. Real quick before I jump back in, I'm going to read the chat each time I lose, so that I can not fall behind in the chat. So reading from where I left off, Nani said, did you see the new One Punch Man game? Yeah, we already talked about that. I'm going to keep my expectations low until I actually see people like get their hands on the game and play it, and see if people actually like it or not. Recently, Jump Force had a lot of hype, and then in the end, people were like, yeah, I just didn't really like it. I think that in part has to do with Jump Force's story being weird and some of the animations being weird. I thought the battling was actually kind of fun. And Jump Force didn't have an online rematch button, which was really lame. I know people were not a fan of that. Professor Trevenant said, Pokemon Masters looks great. What's Pokemon Masters? I'm not entirely familiar with what you're describing. Nani said, did you hear about what happened to Etika? I don't even know who that is. Who is Etika? Professor Trevenant said, at that point, the force was just as strong if he dodged like King Kong does. The force of the bombs? Like, were they like nuclear bombs or normal bombs? I'm not exactly sure what you're describing at the moment. Kel said, I drew an alien transformation of me as an anodite. Ooh, that sounds fire. I'd love to see that. And he said, and I have two different designs. One based on Alien Force / Ultimate Alien, and one based on Omniverse. And you look at them to see which one is better. I'd be totally down to check that out. Next time I die, I'll check that out on Amino, and I'll look at that. Professor Tremnus said, at Point Godzilla... Oh, at Point Break. I think you mean at Point Blank. Like Godzilla like to do, then yeah. But Kong like the chokehold. So either or depend on the fight. So you feel like at Point Blank, Godzilla's atomic breath would just annihilate King Kong. but you feel like if Godzilla was that close, that King Kong would put him in like a submission hold. And then Godzilla said, yeah, the bombs were like normal. Because it just seems like, not Godzilla, King Kong's durability just isn't really that high. Nani said, Etika is a live streamer. I'm surprised you don't know who that is. Well, he committed suicide. I'm sorry to hear that. Professor Trevenant said, a new tailor for a new phone game. Etika was a YouTuber that passed away. My condolences. I watch a lot of like comic book and anime YouTubers, so I'm not really familiar with a lot of people outside of that scope. But I'm sorry to hear that they committed suicide. My condolences on that. I'm gonna try and hit up Skullgirls once again, and then I'm gonna try and catch up with the live chat. Next time I die, I'm gonna jump into the live chat. I'm also gonna check Amino. I'm trying to learn Pain Wheel. Okay. Ouch. So I'm doing better than last time. But now I'm getting zoned again, so I need to be careful. Ooh. That hurt a lot. Ooh. And if you guys want to see what I'm doing while playing Skullgirls, feel free to tune into the Skullgirls stream. I just lost again, but that was a way closer match than the first one, so I already know that I'm doing better. Like I told you, Kels, I'm going to check Amino real quick. Gosh, doing all this on a really small screen makes it where, like, I have, like, the perfect amount of space for 2 live chat windows. So pulling up Amino means the Skullgirls window is just going to be behind this Amino window for a little bit. But we'll get there. It seems like there are just a few different random things on the vlog I just noticed. Tangent made something in Minecraft, a dragon. Okay, I'm gonna hit the like button on that. Thank you for sharing, Tangent. Truly appreciate it. I was gonna hit the like button on that. Apparently, I'm not logged in. But yeah, I'm about to check out Kels' drawings, and I'm gonna post the link to Kels' drawings. Kels Amino drawings. In the live chat, if you guys want to check those out. I'm gonna look at those in just a moment. I'm gonna try and read more of the live chat real quick. So Godzilla said, Godzilla eats atomic radiation. So like if they nuke both of them, then Godzilla would eat the radiation. And that would be super cool. So Kong has lightning powers again, maybe? So you think Kong might get lightning abilities from nuclear radiation from like a bomb drop? Let's see, Professor Trevenant said, but Kong is more likely to be flexible. So it's about if Kong can never give Godzilla the chance. So do you feel like Kong may be able to maneuver better than Godzilla? Like he may be able to like maybe parkour throughout cities and kind of... Because I could see King Kong maybe being more agile than Godzilla and using that agility to his advantage. That'd be kind of cool. It's kind of like when you think about like Spider-Man versus like the Hulk. Like the Hulk dwarfs Spider-Man in strength, but Spider-Man's personal agility makes it a lot harder for the Hulk to like hit him. So maybe King Kong could like out agility him. I think that'd be interesting. Let's see. And then Godzilla said, like in King of the Monsters. Then Professor Trevenant said, but if Godzilla flesh without OP nuke powers is a fair fight. I'm not sure about that. Then Godzilla said, it's like agility versus strength. Yeah. So right now I'm looking at Kels' Ultimatrix drawing. I dig it. I actually really vibe with that. Is your hair really that tall, Kels? Yeah, that's kind of ballin'. It is very tall hair. Oh, wait a minute. Is it like in a chat message that you sent the different anodite drawings, Kels? Oh, I see them now. I didn't see them before. Okay. They're right here. It said they got posted a moment ago. So I'm going to add this to the live chat real quick. Kels anodite drawings. Feel free to check those out if you guys would like to see Kels anodite drawings for yourself. Real quick, before I read more of the live chat and before I look at Kels' anodite drawings, I am going to try again on Skullgirls, and like I said, the next time I die, I'm gonna try and catch up with the live chat, see what you guys are saying. Okay. Oof. Ouch. Mm. I'm trying to get past all the zoning that Peacock is doing. GG. Okay, and it's back to reading the live chat. Kel said, oh wait, real quick. I missed more things than I thought. Okay, so Kel said, I'm trying to think of a name for the anodite form. He said, and after I do, I'm going to draw an anodite atomics fusion. That sounds dope too. It would be like magic, nuclear, energy, superhero, alien type thing. So I guess it would be nuclear mana. That's like a cool concept. The life energy of a nuclear bomb fuels my magical power. Would it be like anomics or atondite? I actually don't know how you would necessarily fuse their names together. And Professor Trevin has said, yes, Gazo's main weakness is his bulk. That's why he eats bullets. He cannot dodge well. And two, he can take a lot of hits. So you're like, he's very durable, but he's not very mobile. That's understandable. Kel said, my hair's more round than tall, but sometimes I make it a little taller. Oh, okay. Professor Trevenant said, also my main reason to not like the first American movie, he cannot take a single bullet without going out like a bitch. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen the 1998 one. Godzilla said, hold up, Nick. Who do you think would win, Godzilla or King Kong? I think Godzilla would beat King Kong unless King Kong got some kind of buff. Then Godzilla said nuke magic. It does seem like an anodite mixed with atomics would be like an atomic magical being. So the first anodite picture you have, Kels, the first one makes me think about Osmosis Jones. Have you ever seen like the main guy from Osmosis Jones? It has like that kind of like look to it. So you kind of look like a humanoid like cell kind of thing. It's interesting. And then the second one reminds me of like 1980s 70s superhero, but also kind of like a Doug character. It reminds me of like Skeeter from Doug. Between the two, like which one do I like the most? I think the second one has like a good amount of swag to it. I think it wouldn't be as silly if it didn't have the big glasses that look like All Might's hair, but I like the jacket and I like the belt, the Omnitrix belt and the jacket. I feel like I could see someone wearing that in real life. That is some solid fashion. I also like that the energy around him are like little halo rings. That being said, while I give the second one solid style points, I do have to say that I think the second one's hair, it took the tall hair thing to like another level. I think it's the glasses. I think the glasses make the hair look weirder because the glasses are already so big, and then it's like the hair, it's beyond. Um, so I would say this mask stupid is like one of the things it says in the corner. I see the mask is interesting. It's a very interesting fashion choice. I would say I like the originality and creativity of the second one a lot, but I do also like the simplicity and slimline look of the first design. So I am torn. I am T for torn. I'm not currently logged in, but if I was, I would smash that like button. Let's see. Godzilla said, I like thinking that dark magic is basically nuclear energy, but I don't know. That's an interesting belief. Would you say that demons then are like nuclear monsters? Then Professor Trevin said, Godzilla wins by fan service. He is king. And I'm just thinking if it was like a death battle. I still feel like Godzilla would probably beat King Kong, even if King Kong has like the agility thing on him and maybe could get on like Godzilla's back. I still think Godzilla could probably just fall backwards and crush King Kong. Kel said, "I've seen Osmosis Jones." Hey, then Godzilla said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Oh yeah." Also, Godzilla Squad could attack Kong. I just don't know a lot about Godzilla, but I just feel like from the little bit I do know, I think he just kind of dicks on King Kong. Professor Tremness said, "Lol, yup, Rodon and Mothra alone are a force in the sky." Kel said the glasses are a Gurren Lagann reference. Gwen gets a cat mask. I didn't want to be a furry. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So I chose those glasses as a mask. Interesting. Then Godzilla said Godzilla has tail whip and get Kong off his back. That's true. I'm gonna try again on Skullgirls real quick. So if you guys want to see what I'm up to, make sure you tune into that Skullgirls stream. I gotta cover the gap between me and the computer. His super is just really good. The computer likes to use its super move immediately as soon as it gets like an opening, which is fair. I try to do like the same strat. It just makes sense. Um, but its super move complements the rest of its kit so well. Oh gosh, no. My super involves me crawling across the ground, and Peacock can lay traps that walk towards you. So my super move just gets interrupted and wasted by the trap. Okay, so I'm gonna read the live chat again real quick. Godzilla said nice, and he said, "Wait, nuclear demons?" He said, "Demons as nuclear monsters is the best idea ever." I'm glad that you vibe with that. Then Nani said, "Exchange girlfriend." What does that mean? Then Godzilla said, "Thanks for the idea." Oh, no problem. It was more or less your idea, so you should thank yourself. You should thank yourself about that. I'm gonna try again on this fight. And then he said, "Thanks me." Professor Tremendous said, "Oh, well, real quick before I read the chat, let me focus on this fight." Okay. So, the computer's about to take the lead now. Yeah, the computer waited until they had 2 meter. I let myself fall for the bomb thing again. GG. I need to get better at that. Professor Tremendous said true, but King Kong also in the OG movie took the tail whip and did spin attack with Godzilla's tail. Oh, he sure did pick him up and throw him. That was really ridiculous. I wonder if they'll do that again. Kel said, "Glad you like the drawings. I'm really excited to make the Anodite Atomic Fusion. I thought Atomic Magic would be really powerful and interesting. It sounds really like both things alone are really powerful, so together, c'est magnifique." Professor Tremendous said, "If only Fairly Odd Parents had a better 10th season." That's a very specific topic. So, how do you feel about the 10th season, and why do you feel like it's lacking? Godzilla said, "Oh, that was super silly." He said that old movie was the most silly thing I've ever seen. I mean, it is definitely a product of its time. I'm about to try again against Peacock. Wish me luck, guys. Okay. Oh, that's actually not a bad move. Okay. We're getting some progress. Okay, we just narrowly beat Peacock that time around. Let's see. Professor Trevin said, but there is more silly things actually. He said Godzilla was the king of corny fights. Real quick, the next fight started immediately. There was no cutscene. So real quick, let me try and do this fight real quick. Should be easier than the last one, that's for sure. So the range of the attack that I'm trying to do is very small. Goodness, yeah, I'd have to time that a lot better. Okay. The computer has the lead at the moment. Ooh, GG. That was a very close game. I'll probably get it next time. Let's see. Professor Tremna said Godzilla was the king of corny fights. Kel said, what would an ultimate anodite be like? If anodites are essentially beings of like pure magical energy, which is like pure life energy, I think the ultimate anodite would be like, I am the embodiment of life itself. So I imagine for every living thing in existence, the ultimate anodite would be a little bit stronger. Let's see. Then Godzilla said, King Kong made Godzilla eat his vegetables. That is a very interesting line. Professor Tremendous said, the ending was Channel Chaser, no live action movies, and no new characters after Poof went to school. Wait, the ending was Channel Chaser, no live action movies, and no. So is that what you wish they would have done for Fairly Odd Parents? Is like that instead of what they actually ended up doing? Then Godzilla said, "Wait, nuclear elder god." So you're going for like some weird H.P. Lovecraft like nuclear horror monsters. That seems interesting. Professor Trevenant said, "School." Interesting. Poof went to school. Poof is old enough to go to school in Fairly Odd Parents. Beth said, "So what did Winslow have to say about your writing?" Winslow is not a big fan of like superpower and like superhero based stories. I'm not entirely sure if he liked it. I know I was able to surprise him a couple times with like some of the twists that I had in the stories, but he doesn't like a lot of tropes that are in like cartoony or superhero fights. So he's like, I don't like that characters will like explain how their like powers work and stuff. He hates villain gloating. He hates like the classic like villain monologue. He's like just not a fan of that. He also is like, why didn't the character do this or that and just win? That was like a big thing with him. I don't really know what he liked, but I definitely know the things that he didn't like. I definitely want to ask him about the things that he liked next time me and Aiden like hang out and see his opinion. He really wants me to write something that's like completely different from the kind of stuff that I write, which I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, I like the stuff that I write, so I'm not super tempted to write something completely different. And that's not really why I want to do the 10-minute challenge thing. Aiden's like, I thought the whole point of the 10-minute challenge is to write something really far outside of our comfort zone. And I'm like, that was never really the point. It was just supposed to be like a fast way for us to like try and like use our creative juices and get like a story like on the paper kind of thing. So it was an interesting discussion for sure. Beth, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, I'm also streaming Skullgirls at the moment. Let's see. Professor Trevin said Ultimate Anodite is going to be Ben 10 Grandma. That's true. That's true. Professor Trevin said, that's my odd parents' headcanon. I understand that. Kel said, maybe an Ultimate Anodite can manipulate the life force of other things. I could see that. Kind of doing like a Moro from Dragon Ball Super. Maybe they can straight up absorb the life force from a living thing and just like kill it. Or maybe it's like a living spirit bomb. I could see that as well. That actually is an interesting concept. Professor Trevin said Gwen is one as well. Kel said, yeah, people sleep on Gwen, but she's pretty strong. That's true. In Ultimate Alien, they end up fighting something that's practically like a cosmic horror thing. It's essentially like cosmic horror Vilgax, more or less. But it refers to Gwen as like the most powerful being on the planet. And then Beth said, would y'all like us to live stream a 10-minute challenge? 10-minute challenge, for those of you who don't know, you sit down for like 10 minutes, you try to write a complete story with a beginning, middle, and end, and then you share your story with like another person. One thing that Aiden felt weird about, I have like a template that I wrote out myself not too long ago. And the template is based off of the 10-minute stories that I noticed I was writing when I was hanging out with Winslow. I figured out like the structure to how I do like these superhero fights, and I've been using that template to write more stories. He's like, I don't understand why you'd use the template for like the 10-minute writing thing. And I'm like, well, it helps me like have my thoughts already. Like, it's not, the template isn't like a plug and play as much as it is like these are the beats that you're gonna hit. So I don't think it like breaks the experience or anything, but I would like to hear you guys' thoughts about that kind of thing. I was like, yo, Aiden, if you like feel weird that I have a template, I'd be fine if you also had a template. And he's like, no, I just think the templates are like dumb. He's like, I think we should be writing things that are drastically different from anything else that we write. And it's like, I don't really think that's a necessity. I'm trying to get better at doing these like superhero, superpowered fight things. And I feel like if I'm writing anything but that, that won't necessarily help me get better at that. And that's kind of not really what my goal would be. Let's see. Godzilla said, my idea of an H.P. Lovecraftian Godzilla is that Godzilla is the Earth, basically. Like the Earth created him to protect it from the Elder Gods. That's a cool idea. I actually do like that. Kel said, I'd like to see a 10-minute challenge thing. And Godzilla said, that would be cool. He said, I'd like to see a story you guys make. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that'd be fun. Beth, I feel like you just recommended a good idea. Professor Trevenant said, I would, but my 10 minutes usually make a porn or a snuff story. He said, I take my time on real stories. That's interesting. Beth said, I need a template and an outline to write with time constraints. One thing that Aiden suggested that I think would be really helpful, Aiden wants to have a thing where it's like we have 5 minutes before to brainstorm, and you only get 7 bullet points. And for each bullet point, you can put something next to it like setting or like characters or like, stuff like that. And you can put as whatever you want under those 7 bullet points, but you're limited to that for your like brainstorming session. And then after that, 5 minutes of brainstorming, that's when you do the 10 minutes of actually writing the story out. So you pretty much get 15 minutes, but during that 5, you can't start writing the real story. But I would even go as farther and say that each person can have up to, but it doesn't have to be, a 2-page template of like the beats that you want your story to hit that you bring in before. So before we even start, you're like, here are like the beats that I want the story to hit, like very generic, general beats. And then we get 5 minutes to do the brainstorming with like the 7 bullet points. And then we get 10 minutes to like write out the story, and then we get to like share the stories. I think that would actually be really cool. Kel said, actually, the dollar store Cthulhu said she was the strongest thing in the universe at the time. Yeah, he did. Then Godzilla said, okay. Beth said, I need the 5 extra minutes. Then Professor Trevenant said, those stories take so little thinking. It depends on how much work you put into them, Professor Trevenant. Then Beth said, without time constraints or deadlines, I just write whatever. Professor Trevenant said, I just shut off my brain for like 10 whole minutes. I feel like that's your choice. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Godzilla said, and maybe Godzilla tried to fight Cthulhu but failed, and he had to regenerate and eat the radiation. Until like 1954, he goes to Tokyo and eats the radiation that the bomb drops. Your boy, he's got the story cooking. Beth says, so how long do we get to talk about our stories? There's no time limit on the actual discussion part. The discussion part's kind of like the fun of it, is like sharing the story and getting people's like opinions and ideas and their thoughts on the story. You know what I mean? Then Kel said, I might actually participate in the 10-minute writing challenge. I think that would be really fun. I would love to do more writing stuff. That's what I mainly wanted to do today with your boy Aiden, but we just ended up not writing, sadly. We ended up just talking about stuff. But I would have loved to have like actually gotten some writing done. And I would really enjoy doing writing stuff with you guys on the channel. I think it'd be fun. Beth said, Professor Trevenant, relatable with my college work at times. Give me one moment. I'm about to try and beat Miss Fortune in Skullgirls. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. If you guys want to see me take on Miss Fortune, definitely make sure to tune in. Miss Fortune currently has the lead. And just dodged my super. Right now I'm playing with a character called Painwheel. And I'm trying to learn what Painwheel is capable of. Okay. Oh. Mm. Beth said in the Skullgirls chat, Miss Fortune is my favorite of the characters so far. I'm glad that you vibe. Ooh. Okay, we got her. So yeah, I beat Miss Fortune. We got him. Let's see. Beth said Skullgirl's greater than physics. I'm glad that you're vibing with Skullgirl so far. Let's see. Professor Trevenant said, I do have a short real story that took me 10 minutes to make, but I make sequels to explain them. I really like the idea of trying to make like a complete story in 10 minutes, like solid beginning, middle, and end. Godzilla said also Godzilla clan should try to end the Cthulhu cult, maybe, for his like headcanon story that he's working on, like his fan fiction story. Kel said, shouldn't we all be fighting Agent's Misfortune in real life? I understand where you're coming from. And then Beth said Winslow would disagree. Winslow is a big fan of the physics. So I guess Painwheel is a Frankenstein monster that's been designed to get the skull heart for a lab. That's interesting. And Valentine understands the inner workings, excuse me, of how Painwheel works. Godzilla said, yeah, H.P. Lovecraft Godzilla is done. Okay. Oh, okay, ballin'. I think it's a cool idea. That's a cool idea for like an original character. Like if you were to like change it from Godzilla to like whatever name you wanted to give it and wrote that story, I think that'd be really cool. Uh, Beth said hashtag Valentine innuendos. Valentine. This game has a lot of innuendos in general. Beth said she reminded me of the dominant submissive thing, with like how she was able to control Painwheel. I was thinking that with Painwheel talking to her essential master, who was like giving her like the code commands or whatever. Oh. Ooh. The AI blocked my super and punished me for it really hard. I'm actively doing the vlog. Dad just asked if I was done with the vlog. Goodness. Right now, Dad, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty for the story mode. They call this difficulty level Nightmare. and I got it. That's not the final boss or anything. Let's see. Beth said, did she say bad girl? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure if that's what she said. Let's see. Godzilla said, okay, okay, good idea. Professor Trevenant said, but 10 minutes, you do not deal with all the plot points. Might as well make a time travel story, but I am a bit of a perfectionist on paper. Well, when it comes to plot points, it just depends on how much you put into it. I think you can, in 10 minutes, write a complete story where it like has a beginning, middle, and end, and it can be like a solid piece of work. Let's see. I just think it's something that takes practice. Godzilla said Pyrothrax. He said also, technically, this is not an elder god, so no tentacles. And he said an octopus garbage is a no. So I guess you're not a fan of that. Then Kel said, we got a Jet's dad's right arm reveal. That is a very interesting sentence, Kel. I did not think I would ever read a sentence like that in real life. It's interesting, the concept of Painwheel being manipulated by Valentine. It's even more interesting when you notice that all those scenes seem to be in like a nice residential neighborhood. I don't really understand where they're supposed to be. Up, she supered in reaction to my super, and now I am in pain. Whoa. Okay. And don't worry, I'll be right back to reading the live chat after this match. Oh, I missed. I thought she was gonna land with her spin dash thing, but she stayed in the air longer than I thought she was going to. Got me. So Philly just barely got me with that one. Let's see, let me scroll up. Hey. Kel said, yeah, you can write a full story in 10 minutes. He said, I may not be in-game levels of amazing, but it could be good. Professor Tremaine said, like I said, I have and can make good short stories in time. But like a week later, I get an idea to take the character or plot and bleed it into like a real 20-page story. That was a good Saturday. I mean, that's totally fine. And then Beth also said, I mean, that is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Uh, it's just, yeah, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying. Yeah, that is fine. Godzilla said, wait, we should have a live stream where we all make a story together and make the weirdest story ever. And then Kel said, that would be fun. And then Professor Tremaine said, sounds like an idea. So it seems like you guys would be down for us to like crowd, not crowdsource, but like collaboratively make a story as a stream. I think that'd be a cool idea. Especially since it seems like everybody also is down for that. It's pretty much like you guys' directly submitted idea. So that's dope. And Godzilla said, yes, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, that was actually really good. Ooh. Nice. I think the final boss is probably gonna be hard. GG. Because I have been struggling with Pain Wheel. Let's see. Godzilla said, that's what I'm thinking. He said, I would add spiders. And then Beth said, spiders scare me. Spiders used to scare me until I just started learning more about them. They can be kind of cool, to be honest. Then Godzilla said, and a big crow ape. And he said, okay. Kel said, but Beth, what if it's a radioactive spider? If you let it bite you, you'll get superpowers. Then Beth said, I'm down. Probably wouldn't get superpowers. Probably wouldn't be a good idea. There's a Spider-Man comic where his wife dies due to radioactive blood poisoning from sexual relations. It's just dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna get punished. And goodness. Interesting. Oh, okay. I think I know what I want to do now. So I learned that one of Painwheel's moves has her fly into the air and then come down with what I think is an overhead attack. But I feel like I'm almost better just using her Painwheel instead than using the overhead attack move. The AI is like 50-50 guessing. Is really on point. Because I can go from doing the low Painwheel attack into doing her like fly above and come down attack. I'm still getting dick done. Godzilla said would be the crow ape's name. He put something in Japanese and he said that means crow ape. Why crow ape? Like imagining a crow and an ape together is interesting. Beth said both that and my death from the bite are cool with me. Professor Trevin said Spider-Man theme radio ape, radioactive crow ape. Oh, it's like the 1990s one that's like spider blood, radioactive spider blood. It took me a minute. So Godzilla said, haha, he said, that's funny. Kel said, Jet, I just realized Ditto is the hottest Pokemon in the world. Why? Godzilla said, its body is a crow, and its head is a pigeon, and it's big. Why is it called a crow ape? Because it's big? Then Beth said, man spider does whatever he wants to do. Likes some memes, likes more memes, gives up on his hopes and dreams. Look there goes a man spider. Let's see. Beth said, not Beth. Godzilla said, like it's as big as a cinema. So it's movie theater size. Then Beth said, Ditto is really horny, alright? Okay. Today I learned. Only have about 7 minutes left. Ooh. Okay. Okay, the punishment begins. Oh, you can chain it into itself if it lands. Oh, I think I understand how it works. Probably can be canceled into a heavier button. Ah, the computer's always ready to counter the super. The super almost just doesn't matter then. Let's see. Godzilla said, wait, I meant the body is an ape and its head is a crow. and it's as big as a cinema. That makes more sense. Kale said, because Ditto can turn into anything. Then Beth said, Ditto reproduces with anything in the game. Professor Trevina said, it can be your dream girl, so your Pokemon world might have bestiality. Then Beth said, no joke. Kale said, you see? Beth agrees. Professor Trevina said, Ditto can turn human, and Ditto is a breed gem in the game. I'm learning more and more every second. Okay. Ouch. 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 Okay. Ooh, snap. So right now, I'm trying to take advantage of Painwheel's flight ability to like do cross-ups and like change sides. Ooh, snap. So is that a grab attack? If I'm in range? GG. I'm trying to learn new things. Let's see. Godzilla said, Jet, do you think we should make a story all together? I think it'd be interesting. And we could like post it on the Amino and like work on it in the live chat. Beth said, what if I'm Jet's dream girl and he has a Ditto that turns into me when I'm not around? And then Beth said, I vibe. Why would you vibe with that? Like, why would you vibe with me having essentially an animal that turns into you when you're not a... I like if you had an animal that turned into me when I wasn't around, I'd be like, that's kind of like, what do you do with it? It's probably not right. Professor Trevenant said, would you be honored or disturbed? And then Professor Trevenant said, depends on that. Kel said, Jet, next stream, we can get a Jet's dad left arm reveal? I doubt it. And then Beth said, so the Ditto can hug you when I can't. Uh, I know where you're coming from. I would just embrace, like, you know, memories of you and, like, think about you and, like, I look at, like, things that, like, remind me of you and stuff like that. I don't feel like I need the Ditto. Having the Ditto would be like having, like, a robot replica of you, which I wouldn't necessarily want. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have the real thing. Hey, whoop, up, and I was not paying attention. Immediate getting hit. Okay. So, that is indeed like a grab. Oh, that was pretty good. Okay. Okay, cool. I think there are different distances for different grabs. Oh, and that's the anti-air grab. Oh! She's like a grappler character. Now that I've learned that, I won. I just had to figure out how to do it. Kel said a Ditto is better than a robot because it also works as a pet. And Professor Trevin said, sorry, Jet, you have disturbing internet people on here. I don't think you guys are disturbing internet people. You guys are cool. So I'm going to be ending the stream soon. Excuse me. Because we've hit an hour on the vlog stream, but I need to finish Painwheel Story Mode first before I end the streams. So, hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. What? So, Painwheel is connected to the Skull Girl who has the Skull Heart? Let's see. Beth said, I'm not an internet person. I'm his girlfriend. You are my girlfriend, but you are also a person on the internet. They're not mutually exclusive. You can be both things. Professor Trevor said, oh, my bad, lol. Also, Beth didn't go, I'm not disturbing. She said, I'm not an internet person. Kel said, and if you feel lonely, you can just have the Ditto turn into Beth and then tenderly embrace it. He said, and I'm starting to see where you're coming from, Jet. See, yeah, I just don't know about that. Don't do the flight move. Do the grapple moves. So Valentine's just gonna dick us. Godzilla said, I have a question. He said, why is existence? I'm gonna delegate this question to your boy Kels. I'd like to hear his answer on why existence. There we go. So, I just got le dick. Then Beth said, what if you got one of those anime pillows with my face on it? Uh, I wouldn't get it out of it. I just appreciate the real Beth. Kel said online Jet talks to Beth like, I don't know who this who is this? I know who Beth is. Uh, Beth said, I am offended, lol. You're good, Beth. You don't have to be offended. Let's see. Oh, yikes. Oh my gosh. I should do the close-up grab, because she's right up on me. Now I'm getting hit a lot. Protect your face. Goodness, that hurt. Oh, so her little darts have like a stun, like stagger effect. Okay. She tried to block some of the attack, but not all of the attack. Oh, snap. Oh, she jumped, and I could have gotten her with the anti-air grab. I was so close. Let's see, Godzilla said, Kels, why is existence? Kel said, existence exists so we can all see Shrek 5 when it comes out. Godzilla said, can I say this, my be related to Jack's films, or no? What? Then Kel said yes, and then Godzilla said, okay, good. Professor Trevor said, lol, Ditto are failed Mewtwo's, so train it to be the ultimate Pokemon and the best Pokemon for couples. Then Kel said, lol. What is the origin for Ditto? Okay. I should have went for the mid-range grab, because that's the one that you need at that distance. Ooh. Stop. Stop dying. Ah, oh, she flew right over that. What a super move. Got me. Let's see. Kel said lol. Beth said a blob thingy. Godzilla said ditto is a ditto that eats other dittos because why not? Kel said, Jet, before you end the stream, I gotta tell you that today's sponsor, NordVPN. Godzilla said, haha. He said, and our real sponsor is Audible. Beth said, but have y'all heard of the almighty Helix fossil? Professor Trevenant said, ditto are failed mu clones. Is that true? And then Godzilla said Audible stands for ah. Then Kel said with NordVPN, you can keep all your data safe with military level encryption. NordVPN, can you keep my health bar safe from Valentine? That'd be great. Okay. Cool. Okay. Dang it. I wanted to out super her super, and I did not get it. I should have been faster on the draw. Nice. Okay, so I got Valentine. Got him out of the way. Let's go. Uh, Godzilla said, Audible has many books for you to read, including my favorite, How to Make a Dying Channel. Kel said, and you can switch your internet server to that of another country to watch all the shows and movies you couldn't before. Then Professor Trevor said, Lord Helix. Godzilla said, Audible is shut down. All hail NordVPN. Not to be confused with NordVPN. Beth said, How to Make a Dying Channel sounds like something I would help with. Professor Trevor said, stronger than ever, Arceus after a shell smash. Stronger than even Arceus after a shell smash. Is Arceus like the equivalent of like Pokemon God? What's the equivalent of Pokemon God? Also, it looks like we're at the final boss. Beth said, yep. And did you say Lord Helix is stronger than Arceus? Godzilla said NordVPN lets you view memes made in another country. Professor Tremnant said also, yeah, Ditto was made before their perfection of Mewtwo. Then Beth said Lord Helix is a meme. Oh, okay. So now I'm about to face off against the final boss. Kel said, so go to nordvpn.com/Kels and use the code LittyThickyTitty to get 10% off 1 year of service. If that was a real code, that'd be, excuse me, quite interesting. Professor Trevenant said Arceus is a god, yes. Will grabs even work on this boss? Nope. Nope. Grabs do nothing. Oh, cool. And her super thing still gets canceled with the greatest of ease. Ouch. 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 Let's see. Godzilla said Lord Helix is the god of Pokemon. And then Professor Trevor said Arceus is god, yes. Godzilla said, with our sponsors, some random watches. I know what you're talking about. The random watches thing. I can't remember what those are called. But Mr. Sunday Movies will sometimes do the watch ad. Ouch, please get up. Okay, attacking that. Ouch, getting hit. Okay, so close but not quite to beating it that time around. Let's see. So Professor Tremont said he remade the Pokemon world after he was bored with his current universe. It explained how he followed 4 ashes at this point. 4 ashes? What does that mean? Kel said Arceus Gang Gang. Then Godzilla said, Kels, what's your favorite sponsor? Then Kel said NordVPN. Godzilla said, okay. He said NordVPN is letting you get a 100-day free trial. You just need to put in the code YEET and you get stuff. A 100-day trial of NordVPN to be exact. The code Yeet. It'd be interesting how many of those free trials you could stack if you like used a whole bunch of different YouTubers' codes just whenever one ran out. Please. Oh, awesome. No, that's great. Oh no, that's I love that. That's awesome. Oh, the death has come from it. Oh, cool. My super did nothing. Do you happy birthday? And I'm dead. GG. Kel said, NordVPN is my sponsor. Then Godzilla said, Nick, what's your sponsor for this video? And he said, Kels, do you want to be Nick's sponsor of this video? My sponsor is whoever put ads in this video. Feel free to click on their ads if/when they pop up. Definitely helps. In case you guys weren't aware, I think my most profitable videos on the channel are the Battle Claw videos that I made. If you guys haven't seen them, I wouldn't be surprised. They seem to be really popular in other countries. There's like a Battle Claw browser game that I guess isn't available everywhere. So there are people in other countries who really like Battle Claw, and they're like, man, how are you playing that game? That's insane. And it's like, it's just available here. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. Kel said, well, it's a good thing I got a backup sponsor, Squarespace. Professor Trevenant said Ash from Gen 1 through 4, Ash from 5, 6, Ash 7, the new Ash from the reboot movie. Please do it. Ouch. I am fairly close to death. GG. Uh, Godzilla said, this video is sponsored by the United States of America. With the USA, you can get a house, business, job, but most importantly, memes. That is an interesting sponsor choice. Signing in for those memes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I need to maybe play more defensively. I'm actually not sure. Kel said Squarespace stands for Super Queens understandably answer ragingly. Even suspicious people allow creating elephants. Ouch. Ouch, oh my gosh. What are her normal heavies? I'm like, are there any moves that I can do faster to deal more damage? And I'm dead again. Yo. Professor Trevenant said, so the reason why Ash has aged so little, we're not seeing that Ash get further, we're seeing a new universe. Is that true? Godzilla said, you can build a website about Nick and how much of a good channel he is. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I think I'm letting the stream go on for too long. Because this is the time where I normally text Beth before bed. Whoop. I'm gonna try to finish the boss this time. One thing that I never really thought about, this boss doesn't really block. They can attack to defend themselves, but they have no real block equivalent. Oh my goodness. Ouch. We're so close. Godzilla said Wix stands for Wix is Xandar, aka the place that Thanos attacked. Oh, Xandar. Also, real quick, if you guys want to tune into the Skullgirl stream to try and wish me luck, because right now this boss is kicking my ass, I truly appreciate it. It feels like quite a chore right now. Ooh. I really appreciate the power of that spirit bomb. And I'm not talking about our sponsor, the official Dragon Ball energy drink Spirit Bomb, now available at FYE. You can find it right next to the My Hero Academia drink plus Ultra. Okay. Oh, I am almost dead. I am dead now. Godzilla said, "Wish you luck. Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. Please, please come over to the Skullgirl stream. Send me your energy. I'm trying so hard to finish up." Ooh. Kel said, "Sends energy." Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, oh. Ow, no. I tried to do the super, but I timed it at a bad time. So she was already going through a form change, so all it did was hurt me. If that super had actually landed, she'd be at significantly lower health. Oh my gosh. Stand up. I'm working off a sliver. I'm working off of actually no health. Can't afford to get hit. Got hit once. Ooh. The energy is helping. Ooh, I do see the sponsors that you guys have put in the chat and what Professor Trevenant has put about the Pokemon references and evidence for his theory. Ouch. Okay. Dang it. Ouch. We are so close to death. Oh gosh, no. I could have probably gotten her that time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The transfer, like, she deals damage every time she changes forms. She changed form immediately into, like, an anti-air attack. So when she changed form, I took damage in the air, and then she hit me with a move that only really hits you if you're in the air. Ouch. I got hit by the form change. Okay. Oh gosh. GG. Got me again. Let's see. Godzilla seems to really vibe with Professor Trevenant's theory. Professor Trevenant said it's not my theory, it's like a theory in the Pokemon community. I see you guys got the sponsor memes up. Oh my goodness. Please, I just want to kill it. Beth says, so when is the stream ending? Just curious. I'm sorry, Beth. I'm on like the final boss. I'm just trying to kill it, and it's been a grind. I'm like actively chipping away at the boss as we speak. Uh, ouch. Stand up. Okay, I have the boss, and they're like final. If I hit him a little bit more, they're gonna die for him. But the boss is now also going, as the kids say, sicko mode, and has turned the game completely around in this new form and is zoning the fuck out of me. I have no health and I am dead. See, this is what keeps happening. This is why I am actively dying. Godzilla said Yee, and he said Nick, just pull out your always win card, and the boss will lose. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. This is this is. I am like so close. No, it's like a minute till 9:30. Am I really gonna pause it on the final boss? Oh my gosh. Block. Block. She has a really good backdash. Her mobility makes her really good. And her zoning up. Crusher. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Ooh. Uh, Godzilla said this is Magic the Gathering. This is not Magic the Gathering. He said this is the No You the Gathering. Then Kel said, Jet, please never say, as the kids say, sicko mode again. He said, like, ever again. Then Godzilla said, r/hello fellow kids. Professor Trevenant said, I'm out. Night, Tiger, Jet, Lizard. Have a wonderful night, Professor Trevenant. I also need to be ending the stream. This will be the last time. The last time that I try to fight the boss. I think the boss heard me, because it then sent Big Skull dude, who I hate. Just sent him twice. Oh my gosh. Whenever I try to do the heavy version, I just feel like I get punished for it. Get up, please. Please. Okay. As long as I don't let myself get cheaped out at the very end, I can get it. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling it. And I'm dead. That was, ooh, heartbreaking. Damn. So let's see. Where are we at? Godzilla said night, and you said, oh, okay. Then Beth said, pinky promise. Kel said, sends all of my energy to Jet. Godzilla said, win, Jet, win. He said, you can do this. Then Beth said, please, you got this. Godzilla said, sends all the Godzilla radiation to Jet, epically. Then Kel said, Jet, you sicko instinct. Use your gamer magic. And then Godzilla said, no. So I got her down to here. But I guess we're ending the stream now. But anyway, if you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One and Only, logging out. Peace, guys.